Hello, guys. I am currently sitting in another apartment and I am actually gonna stay here for 2 whole weeks. So, had to find another place where I could record. I was getting used to the place at home in front of my plants and my paintings, but I think this will do. Although it looks like I'm going to talk about animals, specifically whales, I'm not. Not because I don't want to, but because I don't know that much about whales, to be honest. So I am in this apartment because I am cat sitting, and it is my colleague's apartment. So it's a bit unusual for me to just go away, and specifically for this amount of time, like 2 weeks. That's a lot, I think. But I arrived here yesterday, and honestly, it already feels like home. So that's a good sign. But I wanted to mention it because I know that I'm sitting next to the fridge, so I hope that the sound from the fridge doesn't disturb this video. I hope that the sound is alright still. So I actually am going to talk about ghosts, spirits today, specifically my ghost stories, my encounters with ghosts. And I have some tea, so spirituality, if you will. It's still so warm, but I've heard that warm drinks is good for you when it's warm. Right. I also brought a cookie in case I get snacky. Just in case. Just in cases. If you get that reference, I love you. Okay. Let's talk about ghosts. I am going to try to make it not scary because I don't think you want to hear proper scary ghost stories when you're going to sleep. Maybe you're not going to sleep, but still, I don't want to make it scary. And part of that is because I believe that I am a sucker for horror movies. I'm really, really, really into horror movies. And unfortunately, I've heard that horror movies, like being scared, lowers your vibration, your frequency. So like constantly watching horror movies will keep you on a low frequency, and I don't want that. So I've tried to detox from these horror movies, and there's a lot of things that can lower your frequency, and maybe we should talk about that as well in another video. Maybe what can lower your vibration and what can rise your vibration. That would be fun, right? So okay, I think I'm going to okay, we're already 5 minutes in. Wow, look at me rambling. I think that we should start with my first encounter, and honestly, it wasn't anything I saw and or heard or something, but it was a feeling, and then something happened. Okay. So the thing is that it's a bit hard to be comfortable in this seating area. So that's why I'm moving so much. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So it was maybe 2000. It has to be like 2008 to 2009 or something, or 10. I don't know. 9. I think I was 13. So yeah, it doesn't matter, and no one cares. But I had a near-death experience, you could say, and it was after that something just really shifted in my life. I think I got more sensitive to the spiritual realm, I presume. And this first time I was sitting in my room with the lights completely on. So I think ghost stories are often when it's really dark, so that you get scared and you imagine things, and this is not that kind of story. So it was completely lit up in my room, and I was listening to Lady Gaga. I remember this specifically. I was listening to Lady Gaga with headphones, over-ear headphones, and I was drawing, so that was why I had all these lights on. So it was really, really bright in the room, and I had drawn the curtains so that it was only me, and you couldn't see out or anything. I don't know why I think that these details are important, but apparently I do. So I was sitting on the bed and drawing. I don't remember what I was drawing, but I got this feeling that something is in the room. So I got like goosebumps, maybe. I don't know if I got goosebumps, but it was that kind of feeling, it was like something is here, and I was just really, really scared. And as I said, usually it's when it's dark you're scared, right? So it was weird. It was weird to me that it was so light, and I was like so scared. Mind you, this was my first interaction, so. And then I just a quick backstory, that my dad is a non-believer. He is sort of against it. Basically, like he's not interested in at all. And so I say we, it's me, my mom, and my sister. We don't talk about it with my dad. Or we used to not do that, at least when I was 13. So that was the background story. Just keep that in mind. It's important. So I was sitting in the bed and listening to Lady Gaga, and my earphones, like the, you know, it started lifting. Oh, I get, like, now I get chills because I remember this so vividly. Like, it started lifting up over my ear, and I don't know what would have happened if I didn't take them off, but as soon as I felt that pull, I was just like throwing them off. And I think it was because I was already scared. Like, I knew that something was about to happen, and that's why I was so quick with my reaction, I think. And I just threw them off, and this is when I ran outside my room. This is when we lived together, when I lived at home, and I ran outside to the living room where my dad was sitting. My mom was in the shower, so I didn't want to disturb her, or maybe, I don't know. But I was so freaking scared that I just started bawling my eyes out. My dad thought that something had happened, like in my room or something, like, yeah, you know, non-ghost related. So I was just bawling my eyes out, and I was like, there's a ghost in my room, there's a ghost in my room. So I was like crying so much, and he was like he didn't know how to respond. I get that. And it was just this confirmation for me that I actually got so scared that I ran outside of my room, and I ran to my dad. I would have never done that, never, if I didn't think that it was real, you know. And then I completely, like, just didn't care, so I went into my mom when she was in the shower, and I was like, you know, I was so freaking scared. And that was it. It wasn't anything like crazy, I guess, because I didn't see anything. It was more of a feeling, and then that happened. So that was it for that story. Just keeping track of the time there. Let's have a cookie, right? The Swedes, if there are any Swedes looking here, if there are any Swedes looking at this, watching this, they're gonna hate me now, because this is not the way you eat these cookies, right? It's gonna break. I did not think this through. Okay. It's so good. It's so good. Swedes often just pull out the vanilla layer, eat that first, and then you eat the chocolate part. But this completely broke now because I think it's so warm that the chocolate melts. And yeah, I think that's why. But oh well. Oh well. No one cares, right? No one cares. Let me just. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. My God. Okay. So, story number 2. This is my most, like, describe it, but I don't see spirits as people. Usually, I see them more as shadows walking past, or like swooshing past. But this was the first and only time I have actually seen it as a person, and I was gonna give it away, but I'm not gonna give it away right now because, yeah. Okay, one thing at a time. So, the thing was, my sister, she had her room next to mine, and we were on Snapchat, and we used to snap each other all the time, even though we live together, because we're sisters, right? We're best friends. And so she had this friend that looked like this regular boy. He was blonde and had he was a regular guy, you know, with blonde hair, a specific hairdo that I like, not an hairdo, but a specific hair that I recognized, okay? And it was pretty common in that period of time for boys to have that type of hair, you know? And I don't know why I explained that so well. I explained that overly. I over-explained it, but okay, no one cares. Okay, this is why I call it a ramble, because like I can't keep the. I don't know. Oh well. So one time, because my sister used to stay up later than I did, usually, and in the morning I woke up, I think it was like a Saturday or something. In the morning I woke up at like 10 because I was a teenager, and I of course checked my phone immediately when I woke up, so I was still like a little drenched in sleep, if you will. Okay, so then I opened my phone, and I saw that I received a Snapchat from my sister, and I opened it, and she had taken a photo. Her bed was like this, and then the window was like straight forward. Okay, so she had just taken a picture on her window. Okay, a picture of her window, and there was this boy there, a guy in our age, teenager, yes. And I recognized him as this person because I was like, again, really sleepy. So like blurry vision, I guess. I opened this photo and I saw him standing outside of the window looking in. And I was not scared at all because I thought that it was her friend. So I was so confident in that. So I sent her a message back where I said, like, why was he there tonight? And then she replied to me when she woke up, because I forgot about it because it wasn't like a big deal, right? And then she woke up and she was like, what do you mean? He wasn't there. And I was like, yeah, you took a picture of him. And she was like, no, I didn't. because then we started speaking, obviously, because we lived together. And I was like, what do you mean? You actually took a picture of him and sent it to me through Snapchat. He was standing outside of your window. You don't have to lie to me, because I didn't believe her at first. And yeah, we came to the conclusion that there weren't any friend there, that it was a ghost. And I, to this day, feel so annoyed with myself that I didn't just screenshot that picture, because I would have have actual proof of spirits, right? But I didn't think it was anything weird. I just thought it was her friend because it was so vivid, right? So yeah, that was it. I have so many more ghost stories, but I think that my phone will die pretty soon. So I am going to let you go now. I hope you, if you're continuing your day, I hope you enjoy your day. And if you're sleeping, I hope you get a really good night's sleep, because you